It's the ultimate slumber party weekend, and you girls just won 2 days and 2 nights of no parents. Do anything you want to. Good times on the slumber party weekend. Woo! Yes! It's gonna be so fun. Woo! So fun.
And that's me trying to do the rock and roll tongue thing. I'm obviously not a rock and roller. But who I am is huge movie fanatic Nate, coming back at you with another review for another horror movie called Slumber Party Massacre 2. Now, this is one of the examples of just a movie a movie sequel to a fantastic first, horror movie or movie in general, taking a complete and total just, it's like it's very similar to the sequel of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where it takes a completely just stupid route and goes completely downhill and stupid. I think I mentioned in the last review, the Slumber Party Massacre review, that just like with Phantasm 1 and 2 in 1990, I rented both of these at the same time. Now, I think they were the only two available at the time. I can't remember exactly when Slumber Party Massacre 3 came out. I can't remember when it was made, but I don't think Slumber Party Massacre 3 was out in 1990. Don't quote me, but I don't think it was. It sure as hell wasn't at this video store. So I rented Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2 at the same time, and I imagine, I don't know if I saw this immediately following it, or certainly the next day or later on, I don't know, whatever. And, I was probably pretty impressed. I was probably pretty impressed with Slumber Party Massacre at 13. I imagine. And then I was as equally unimpressed with Slumber Party Massacre 2. I was disappointed in it. Now, one of the many reasons is because at the time I wasn't a fan of, not that the music in the movie is like heavy metal or anything like that, but I was all into classical in 1990. So the whole rock star guy and the guitar bullshit was kind of stupid to me. I mean, even now, liking metal and punk rock, I still think it's stupid. So I guess that doesn't really matter, but I probably thought it was stupider then. The whole idea... Now, okay, I will admit, the guitar might be kind of cool. The guitar/drill might be kind of cool. That's pretty much the only thing that's good about this movie except Kimberly MacArthur. Now, this is something that I have to mention before I forget. Not that I could forget. Obviously, I was only 13 and I had no idea. This was before internet and stuff, so I had no idea who was in it or anything. But if this had come out now, or I mean, I don't know. Let's do it this way. If things were different back then and there was internet and buzz before... Buzz. That's buzz. Dun 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 dun. That's buzz. Dun. That's a song from the movie. Were to come out and you were to get the credit listing or something for Slumber Party Massacre 2 and Kimberly MacArthur, right, who was a former Playboy playmate and just, sexy bombshell chick from Been Naked and all that kind of stuff, is in the credits of Slumber Party Massacre 2, you would go, holy shit, right? Having already been in some movies like Young Doctors in Love and Easy Money, just simply doing cameos where she just basically shows her tits. So you would be very excited, being a heterosexual male or a lesbian female, I guess for that matter, that the fact that, one of the sexiest, bombshell, whatever, that Kimberly MacArthur's in Slumber Party Massacre 2, you'd be like, oh yeah, I mean, she's just going to be topless and bouncing all over the place. Unfortunately for us, unfortunately for her, because it's, empowering for her, I guess. This is, by the time this movie was made, I don't know if this is the first movie. It could very well, which is completely ironic. Don't quote me, but it could very well be the first movie she did where she was like, okay, but I'm done, taking off my top. I'm done doing nude. Which, I can't, I can't obviously imagine what it's like to be absolutely, completely drop-dead gorgeous woman. So, I can imagine that simply only, having interest in you because of your body probably doesn't necessarily feel completely terribly great all the time, and after a while might get a little old, depending on your personality. So I can understand her wanting to just do straight movie parts and not show any skin. But I can't get over how ironic, if it is in fact the first movie she did where she didn't. But regardless, it's one of the movies she did after her, where she's going to stop being naked or whatever. And it's just such a shame. And actually, the only tits we do get to see is, I don't know her name, I should, because she's in Psycho 3 and Friday the 13th and A New Beginning. But the only tits we get to see are not even as big as my tits. So it's kind of basically just like nipples, that chick from Psycho 3 and Friday the 13th New Beginning. So that's the extent of like the tits in Slumber Party Massacre 2, and not to be a male chauvinist pig, but that's kind of one of the factors about this movie that's, makes it lame. Another factor that makes it lame, obviously, is just the the rock killer thing about it is lame. Now, having just rewatched it recently, I saw it for a different time or different way than I've ever seen it before, which was, this movie is more like, and the writer intentionally did this to make it much more like Nightmare on Elm Street, because Freddy was really big at this time, 1987, I think. So, having rewatched it, I saw it for the very first time this way, ever. What the movie basically is like a nightmare. And it's kind of like taking the experience. Oh, by the way, it should be mentioned that the main character of this movie is not the same actress, but is the character of Courtney, is that the character? Yeah. Courtney, the younger sister from Slumber Party Massacre 1, the younger one with the banana peel and the playgirl and all this. So basically, she's traumatized having experienced that, which is a kind of a cool plot point. Actually, the whole movie is kind of a cool idea, but it's just, oh my god, I don't know, it's just stupid. So having rewatched it, I saw it for the first time being like, well, the whole movie, she's plagued with nightmares from having experienced this and helped kill the killer, I think. I can't remember, I should, but I can't. She kind of helped kill the killer at the end of Slumber Party Massacre, so this whole movie is about her being traumatized, and the whole movie she's basically hallucinating and having nightmares and all this stuff, and I have no idea how the killer actually manifests physically in the movie, if somehow by kissing the guy or intending to go all the way, as it's said in the movie, she somehow brings the killer from her nightmares into reality. I don't think they don't really explain how the killer becomes something in her mind to actually physically real. So basically the first half, or first half or 3/4 of the movie is just nothing, where she just keeps having these illusions of, another pluses about this movie is the girl from Friday the 13th Part 7, I can't remember her name, Heidi Kozak or something like that, who's really hot, but she's not naked in this movie, is in the movie, and she's a plus, next to obviously Kimberly McArthur, and the girl from Psycho 3 and New Beginnings, cute, she's just doesn't have anything on her chest. And I never really liked the girl who played Courtney, by the way. I was just never really liked her. The character, seeing a movie where you just have this character who's just like the whole time, which is exactly like Sorority House Massacre, which a review will come up shortly of that as well. It's exhausting to me to watch. It's just like, I'm troubled. I have these nightmares of this horrible event. I'm so troubled, feel for me, and it's exhausting. And then eventually, like I say, the last fourth of the movie, for whatever reason, the killer actually, she's just about to score with the guy of her dreams, and the killer manifests amazingly, physically somehow, and kills him, and does this stupid musical number, let's buzz, let's buzz, let's buzz. I got a penthouse in the Ritz, I bought it with my hits. If you see the movie, you know what the hell I'm doing. So I think it's 1.5 stars. It's almost more like 1 1/4 star, but I guess we'll give it 1.5 stars. Kimberly MacArthur is seen. I mean, even in the tank top, she's pretty hot, dancing around and stuff. And she reminds me so much of Sally Hardesty from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974, the original one, with her long hair and in the tank top and stuff. And she is briefly seen washing a car and getting sprayed while jumping up and down in a bikini top. So that's about the best part. Ooh, I almost forgot. Just like Slumber Party Massacre, there's two guys who like crash the party, and yeah, you've got a hot rod, you're cool. That one guy who's like a Keanu Reeves Californian, like, smoke, smoke 'em.
Smoke 'em.
Guy, he's funny. I like him as a performer, and his character is pretty great.
Heathcliff lay still, his passion spent. You in the mood yet?
Not now.
Yes, you've got a hot rod, you're cool. And I don't know if you can hear the hot rod running, but that's why I'm saying it, if you can. No, the hot rod just completely, I can't think. Where was I? Oh yeah, that Keanu Reeves Californian guy, man.
Cannonball! Whoa!
He's funny in the movie. And Kimberly MacArthur, even in clothes, is fun to look at. And I always thought it was strange that Kimberly MacArthur's character seemed to be paired up with this guy, the other half of the guy, who seemed to be kind of a boring, nerdy guy, and just didn't seem like she would be with him, but I guess she is. So I think that might be it for Slumber Party Massacre 2, and you're probably wondering about this. I'll end the movie with this. This is something very cool, if I may say so. I made this in 1990. I made this when I was 13 years old. It's a piece of cardboard. And just like with Phantasm, when you're a kid and you're a fan of something, I was probably, I don't know why, I might have been a fan briefly of this movie, you want to have like the sphere in Phantasm or the guitar drill in Slumber Party Massacre 2. And you couldn't go to Target and buy a Slumber Party Massacre 2 drill guitar. So the next best thing is to make one. I'm actually pretty impressed with this for most part for being 13. This is a piece of cardboard. I don't know for the life of me, like there's no words on this side. So why would I use this side with the words? Product of General Electric gas. I don't know. That, I guess, when I'm really, I don't know. I guess I must have missed that detail. But obviously, you could, well, it would be the backside of the guitar. You could paint the back red, but it'd be the backside of the guitar. But this is my, Slumber Party Massacre 2 homemade guitar drill that I made in 1990. This is almost as old as the movie itself. This here is 24 years old. Holy motherfucker. Oh my shooting stars. So everything is pretty good on this, except for I'm kind of surprised that the drill is a little not straight. But, for a 13-year-old, hell, not everyone has one of these. Apparently, I guess the original guitar was sold on eBay or something like that. But, I just wanted to show you my guitar for Slumber Party Massacre 2. So, guitar drill. So thank you very much for watching, and let's buzz.
The hot, nubile bodies of the girls entwined about his massive form like sun-warmed ivy. And now?